Trisha has just come out with a video about how inappropriate Colleen Ballinger's relationship with Jojo Siwa was and is, since Colleen became Jojo's friend when Jojo was a minor. Trisha starts the video off frustrated that Jojo is defending Colleen during Colleen's scandal, and Trisha makes it a point to say that what Colleen was caught doing with underage fans was wrong and that Jojo should not be defending her just because she's her friend.
I think in this particular case, she feels an attachment, she feels a loyalty to Colleen. So she was on Howie Mandel's podcast today, and I think she felt a loyalty, this family bond to Colleen, as she talks about, to defend Colleen. And I think in this situation, she really should have just opted to not talk about it. When I've done interviews in the past, if there's something I don't want to talk about, I just tell them beforehand. If it gets brought up, I ask if they can cut it out. If it's just something that I know I shouldn't talk about, I don't feel comfortable talking about, like, you can love someone and they can be in the wrong. They can do wrong things. You don't have to defend the person you love when they're clearly in the wrong. And when it comes to children and talking to children the way she talked to children and the way she communicated with them about adult things, about her adult life, where she passed off very passive aggressively in a song was, she's not a groomer, just a loser. This is not people capitalizing off of something. This is disgusting, gross behavior that gets slipped under the rug, that just gets slid under the rug like nothing. And so many people get away with this.
She's mad that 20-year-old Jojo is defending Colleen for this when Trisha herself defended Shane Dawson well into her 30s for his inappropriate behavior with children. She acts like because this has to do with children that Jojo should have kept her mouth shut and not come to Colleen's defense. But Trisha was the first one to defend away all of Shane Dawson's predatory behavior about children, diminishing it as nothing more than jokes. She even went as far as to speak out against one of those children's mothers when the underage girl's mother came out against Shane Dawson for speaking sexually about her child.
So yeah, and Shane's been canceled for this multiple times. The fact that the Smiths jumped in on it 15 years later.
The Smiths buried his ass.
It's calm down, Jada Pinkett.
Here's just some footage of when Trisha defended Shane Dawson for his inappropriate comments and jokes about children. She was more disgusted by the fact that people were calling him out and trying to get him cancelled than she was by his predatory behavior regarding children. Which is exactly what she's calling out Jojo for now.
I don't even want to bring attention to it. It's why I just did one tweet and then done. And then I know he's also just dealing with a lot of emotional distress right now. But because Shane is one of my best friends and we just get closer and closer, and I've known him for so long, and he's the most amazing human being I've ever met. And now it's come out too that the channel that posted the video about, if you guys know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. If you don't, it doesn't matter. It's not important because it's going to be irrelevant. But the fact that someone could make up lies and slander and manipulate, audio clips, I hate it. I've been through it. It's awful. It's the worst. It's actually so disgusting. It's why the internet can be so disgusting, and I hate it. The wonderful thing about it is that everyone that even met Shane once knows he's this amazing person. But like I said, as someone who knows him inside and out, it's just so disgusting. And it's the fact that anyone can just make a video and label someone as something is so gross and so scary, and I hate that so much. But obviously it's come out now that it's a bigger thing and that someone was purposely trying to sabotage him and bring him down and take the attention off other things. And I think that's just so gross, and I have no idea how anyone can make this right. But I just wanted to say, a lot of people are you're not tweeting enough or whatever. And for me, and we've talked about this, me and him have talked about this before, it's kind of sometimes just not adding to it. He said his piece and his statement. It's just, I wanted to at least acknowledge something because so many people have been asking, and it's I don't need to, because, like I said, we've talked about it. It's not something, obviously, we know each other in person, but I just think it's so gross, and I think it's a bigger issue and a bigger problem because anyone can just say anything these days, and it's so scary, and I don't know what the resolution is or how to fix something like that, because once you have something like that labeled on you, everything blows over and people forget. But I know how that is. I know how it is. Or It's just like to even manipulate something, to not show a full clip of something. What he's already said in his video, like it was bad jokes. And I was talking about this earlier today to somebody, like that. Even with the Logan Paul thing or whatever, you know, I've said horrible things in videos in the past that I've taken down that like are terrible, that people still bring up, and then some people still, like, not everyone's seen some of the horrible things I used to say for shock value and stuff like that. And it's so scary too that people can take one clip and then twist it a certain way. But also when people dig up stuff from like 6 years ago, and like it's obviously trying to bring someone down, and obviously it's just gross. But the one thing about Shane is he's just an amazing person, an amazing human, and good always triumphs over evil. I truly believe that.
And before anyone says that was just how she used to feel and she condemned him later. Here's a clip of her just last year after finally calling him out for his inappropriate behavior with children, saying that she felt bad for doing that and was open to potentially being friends again.
Trish, do you think you'd ever be friends again with Shane? Do you regret how things ended? Miss you guys together. I think the ending was so sad, right? Like it was a horrible way to end this like really deep friendship. I was really hurt. I felt like, yeah, it really just sucked overall. Like I don't want to even get back into it, but like, yeah, it definitely sucked. I think, I don't know. You know, it's too hard to like say. I think, you know, they're in a different stage of life. I'm in a different stage of life. I mean, like they moved out of state, all this stuff like that. I think, I don't know. It's so hard to say. Like at the end of the day, I hold no animosity towards anyone. And I don't know, like, I can't speak for other people if they hold animosity towards me because maybe I handled the situation wrong. You know, I'm not, but from my end, I don't hold any animosity, and I've let things go. Uh, Anything about like past friendships, you guys, honestly, like it's not. I've talked about this before. I don't hold grudges, and I truly feel sorry and remorse.
Trisha is not mad about what Colleen was caught doing with underage fans. She's mad that Colleen called her fat. Trisha herself admitted she was well aware what Colleen did to Adam McIntyre and had no problem turning a blind eye to it when they were friends because Colleen had never done anything to her. It was only the minute that Colleen did something to her that she turned on her. Trisha has a history of defending adults who have inappropriate relationships with minors, and Trisha herself has a history behaving inappropriately with minors. She's not a hero, she's a hypocrite.